YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here in Blade's Balance mod. This replay was sent to me, I guess it was spectated by one of my viewers. I believe we have an AVA player, I want to say it was Granitor, I could be wrong, versus Blade Master. And I think Blade Master, I can't remember who's playing as who. We'll see at the end. But one of the players here is Blade Master, and it's Thrace versus Rome, which ought to be interesting, or I say Thrace, so Odrysian Kingdom, essentially Thrace. And I don't know all the changes that he made to Thrace in this. I will let him comment to that. I'm sure he will. He'll be happy to see the balance mod in here. I'm happy to see the balance mod in here. I love it. I'm trying to like block out some time so that I can play it and get a bunch of replays to show you all, and I will get that done soon enough. I just don't know exactly when, but I'll try and get in there and start blocking it off. If I can, I'll try and schedule something. It's very hard for me to do so, but I'm going to try and see if I can maybe get a couple of weeks where I might just sit down with Miss Zare and say, hey, what if I took this time and we'll block it off, and just if people want to come play me on the balance mod, or if there's a particular player you want to see me play in the balance mod, I could try and do that. Like, maybe somehow I could work out some timing with Blade Master or something else. I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to do that because I'd like to play it. To be honest, I've gotten pretty cold on just, jumping in Rome 2 and playing matches at random. That's what I typically like to do, but I haven't gotten any good matches recently. A lot of people are new, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad they're in there playing, but it doesn't make for a match that really is going to be great to show. So that makes it difficult, and then whenever I spend time playing and it's not recordable, then that ends up just wasting what little time I have to record, and then that gets difficult too. So anyway, Thrace has, or Odrysian Kingdom has 4 Thracian cavalry, 3 Thracian royal cav. That's a pretty big investment in heavy cavalry. And then I think they have a couple of these cheap spears units. There's Thracian warriors, there's mercenary falcons, a couple of mercenary veteran hoplites, and only 1 Thracian noble. These guys did get an increase to their charge, I believe. So, and I think they may have even picked up a bonus versus infantry in the Rome fight. I could be wrong, so if Blade Master, if you watch, correct me on that. Here comes the Vigiles, hoping to get a charge on the Thracian Royal Cav, and even if they do, it probably won't do much. They do get it. Yeah, probably won't do much, but still, hey, well, yeah, it did do. Killed a couple of them. Anyway, this Spears is going to tie down a Hastati. That's a good thing. This Thracian Royal Cavalry here just flattened these Hastati before they could throw their Pilla. And it ended up being a very nice charge by the Thracian Royal Cav. 25 kills by a melee cav on the charge is impressive. And this is not Attila Total War. Total War Attila, sorry. And I'm hoping when that new... when the new expansion comes out that, perhaps maybe the multiplayer on the expansion will be fun. And because I'd really like to take a stab at more multiplayer on Attila. It's just that it needs some patches. If you play on the right rules and have people who mean well, you can still have fun on there, but it really would be nice to see Attila get patched a little. I love Rome 2. I love the multiplayer, and it's just, the game's old. It's been out for a while. So I tire of it a little bit. Not a lot. Like, I don't want to stop playing it, but, I wish that it was more lively, is really what I'm saying. These Saki Equites, not sure where they're headed. They're going to try and charge through these mercenary veteran hoplites. I mean, it'll do a little damage to him, but it's going to be nasty to pull out of with the Saki Equites. Over here, the Thracians are just overloading this Roman flank right here with Thracian Royal Cav. Mercenary hoplites have nice holding power, and then the Mercenary Falxmen getting a nice charge and doing some work here. The Thracian warriors pulling back to go for another charge. That's a smart move. Thracian Royal Cavalry being very opportunistic. These Evocati were not ready to receive this charge, and so they charge in, and they're going to do a lot of hit point damage. The Thracian cavalry back here in the back is doing a good job of putting some javelins down. Any Evocati they can kill with these javelins is a good trade, especially if you can hit them in the back. Mercenary veteran hoplites doing a good job holding the front lines here against the Romans. Romans have some very good infantry. I don't know what if anything, Blade Master's changed about the Romans either. We could go take a look, but again, maybe he'll leave a comment to that effect. He may not have changed anything with the Romans since they were one of the strongest factions. I don't know. I don't have a problem with Rome being one of the strongest factions. It's just I don't like them being blatantly overpowered. Definitely, though, don't have a problem with them putting out some amazing infantry. So anyway, Hastati here, Evocati still running around. Let's take a look at this flank here. We've got some Thracian warriors, 2 of them, and a Thracian Royal Cav coming up against an Evocati cohort here. Also, you'll notice it's back in the background, these Thracian nobles still sitting back there. And they're being held as kind of like a late game weapon, almost like you would see a shock cavalry or an elephant. I like that. They're just kind of sitting back when all the other units get a little bit damaged, their health is low. It's going to come down to late game. The Roman Syrian archers have been getting picked apart by the Thracian cavalry. This unit got taken off the field, and these guys are currently being hunted by this Thracian cavalry as well. So the Syrian archers, which I think are a good choice versus the Odrysian kingdom, because you very well could come up against a skirmishy army from the Odrysians. So I think it's a good choice to bring the Syrians. Let's see, the Roman general kind of running around here. Ooh, he's going to get swatted by a Thracian royal cav. That Roman general is going to be in bad shape. Evocati cohort tanking out the long-term engagements as you would expect. Very tough units. But they are taking damage in the process. Thracian Royal Cav gallivanting around here. The Thracian cavalry finds the Syrians. And the Syrian heavies do a little better in melee, but they are going to be routed by these Thracian cavalry. They have nice melee attack. Two more Thracian Royal Cav just kind of running amok about in the back lines of the Romans. Here comes a nice rear charge. They have javelins too. I don't know if they've always had those, but that would make them pretty deadly. Nice charge into the Evocati. Still has not activated his general, sitting back here with 120 men. That's a great move on the part of the Odrysians. Quite a few Romans left, but the Odrysians are getting some very nice engagements. The Evocati cohort is doing well. It's getting a lot of kills, but it's paying the price, and with no cavalry support left in the late game, it's going to be at the mercy of these Thracian Royal Cavalry, and this is not what you want. You got a Thracian noble here kind of hovering around while you're already engaged by cavalry and mercenary Falksmen. So this Thracian noble is basically lining up for the home run. And you got these units all free now, but they are a long ways out here, so really mopped up that side of the Roman flank nicely. Thracian cavalry are just going to be annoying. Come in here and just get after the Evocati. And let's watch this Thracian noble charge. These guys have 63 charge. I believe it's the highest charge for infantry in the game. And they are going to come in here and just absolutely wreck this Evocati cohort. These guys are going to go home severed into pieces at the hands of these Romphia-wielding maniacs. Very cool unit for Thrace. Good to see these guys be brutal on the charge. They were already pretty brutal on the charge, but this was obviously done so that a faction like Thrace is not quite such a glass cannon. So they're still very much vulnerable to missiles. But yeah, look at these guys just tearing through the Romans here. Thracian nobles, they're going to go for another unit of Evocati back here too, and those Evocati know what's good for them and they're just going to run. So the general coming in late game and just mopping up the Evocati. Nice use of the general here, 119 kills, basically unopposed. You can see the Evocati are capable of getting some kills now. I think the Thracian player did a good job. So it was not Granitor, I don't believe. It looks like it's SQL. And it wasn't Blade Master either. My bad. So, man, I screwed this all kinds of screwed up. So we had this guy here. I don't know what this is. This Omega SH. Yeah, I don't know what that is. We had Mimola. Anyway, he's playing the AVA player. I've seen AVA players before, and I've seen some of them play very well. This mercenary veteran Hapote, great job there. Nice kills on a couple of the Thracian warriors. Again, for the Roman, these Evocati really have to get the kills, and obviously the Hastati is meant for a meat shield, so potentially dangerous Roman army here with all these Hastati meat shields. I think the Thracian Royal Cavalry really ended up being a nice choice because it did a lot of work in the Roman backlines. And then these Thracian cavalry here too were pretty priceless at getting rid of the Roman archers and putting some javelins in the back of the Evocati and keeping the Evocati busy, because really in the end the Odrysian player just got a lot of engagements that were good for them. So that was a fun battle. It's Thrace versus Rome is definitely a tough matchup for Thrace. Let's go take a look here in the Blade balance mod. Let's see if they've changed anything major with Rome. Doesn't look like it. The prices on these units appear to be the same. Attack, yeah, everything looks to be the same here with the Roman units. It doesn't look like Blade Master's done any nerfing of Rome. It looks like he's just gone to the other factions to try and balance them in a little better. And let's take a look at the Odrysian kingdom real quick. I always call them Thrace because of Rome one. Yeah, so same price on these nobles. I can't see any hidden stats either, like bonus versus well, I mean, I can see bonus versus infantry. It doesn't show it. So, interesting. Interesting indeed. Hope y'all enjoyed that replay. I'll be back with more soon. Heir of Carthage signing off.